Hello everyone, welcome back to the 2018 Nova Scotia Volleyball Provincial Championship at the Canada Game Centre in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm Rachel Lalani, and in front of you right now we've got the men's 18U semifinal matchup here between the Tigers and the Dartmouth Volleyball Club. This is the last semifinal broadcasted to you on TV1 today, and then we are heading into the 18U girls and boys Tier 1 gold medal matches. But right now, one of these teams needs to earn a spot in that gold medal match. Is it going to be DVC or the Tigers? Stay tuned for the next little while and we'll find out. Starting us off on the DVC side here, this is number 32, McIntyre. Jump float. Passed up by Boyd. Set out to the left. And there is a big reach and tip and a dig. And now a dump. Swing from the left side for DVC is going to beat through the libero's hands, and that is going to be a DVC point. What a rally and start to this match. Back on the line is McIntyre. Jump float. Boyd with the first contact. A big chase down from the Tigers setter. Left side tip picked up by the libero, Reardon. And a huge swing, but wrapping that block is the DVC's right side and middle. And that is going to be 2 points on the scoreboard for DVC. McIntyre with the serve, Reardon passing that ball up. Stepping in to take it is Boyd. And swinging over top of the block is Julian. A roll from the right side, Jowdry. And this time going down the line, a smart play from Tigers, Arsenault, rolling it high off the blocker's hands down the line. Heading back to serve here now after that kill is Arsenault. Jump float. DVC saving that ball. Free ball going to be put over, but miscommunication on who's going to do it. That's going to be a Tigers point. Back to serve, here's Arsenault. Jump float. And that ball's passed up by Pluto. Set to the left. And a little bit of a tough angle there for Julian. That one going off of the pole. That's out of bounds. Point Tigers. Serving the ball still here is Arsenault. Jump float. That ball's passed up. Set to the left. Julian blocked by Euler on the right. Still serving the ball here on a little run now. Arsenault, 4 serving 2. Jump float. That ball's passed up. Set to the right. Tugging on that ball is Porter. A little too much of a tug there. That one's going to go out of bounds. Arsenault with the serve. Julian lefty left side, picked up by Reardon. And a back row attack high off of hands from Jowdry. A swing through the block from the right side, Porter with the kill. Jump serve over by Porter. That is going to be a point for DVC. Heading back to serve again, here's Porter. Jump float. That ball's passed up. Set to the left. A roll shot over. Free ball from the right side, Jowdry. And a dump over, that ball is up. Tigers keeping it alive. And no one there to put that ball over. Miscommunication from 3 players is gonna make that ball land on the court. And that's gonna be a DVC point to tie it up at 5s here. Porter with the serve. That ball's passed up, set to the left. Swing off of blocker's hands. And a big rick from the right side down the line. Julian with the kill. Porter with the serve. But first, we are going to see a substitution coming into the match here. This is number 5, Weber, coming in for McNeil. Jump float. That ball's passed up, set to the left. And there is a big angle from Boyd, a sharp cross kill. Weber back to serve now for the Tigers. Jump float. That ball is passed up. Set to the left, a throwdown tip for the kill. DVC's left side. Scoring with a very aggressive tip. Jump float. Set out to the left. Boyd once again finding that cross shot and getting a big kill. Serving the ball here is Euler. That ball's passed up by Pluto. And we are going to see a big block from the Tigers side and not letting that ball pass through. Point going to the Tigers. Euler back to serve again. Jump float. That one's going to land out of bounds according to the lineswoman. That's a point for DVC. Serving the ball here now is Julian. Jump float, passed up. Set to the left. And there's a big tip, but an even bigger block from McIntyre. But that ball is going to find the DVC floor. That is going to go to the Tigers. Back on the service line for the Tigers now. Here is Boyd. Jump float. And it's going to be a service ace for the Tigers, putting them into the double digits, 10-8. Boyd with a jump float, passed up, set quick to the middle, dug up by the Tigers setter. A roll shot from Judry on the right. And that ball is going to sneak through the blocker's hands. There is a kill from DVC. Jump float, passed up, set to the left. And there's a huge shot down the line in return for the Tigers. Back on the line is Elaine. That one's going to be out of bounds, point going to DVC. Back on the service line for DVC, here is Graves. Jump float. And it is going to land right in front of the passer, service ace. All tied up at 11s here. And that one's going to hit the top of the tape, point Tigers. Looks like we're going to get a substitution into the Tiger side. Coming in to serve the ball here is Peltier. And that ball's passed up by Pluto. Set to the right. And there's a huge shot cross court. A little too huge. That one called out of bounds by the lineswoman. That's going to be a Tigers point. And there is a roll shot cross court, and that is a smart play by Porter. That's going to score. Back on the service line here is McIntyre. And there is a big swing in the middle. That's going to score for the Tigers. Back on the service line, here is Arsenault. Swing from the right side, deep. And a huge swing down the line from Boyd. There is a Tigers kill. Back to serve the ball here is Arsenault. Chump float. Pluto with the pass. That ball set to the left side. A little roll shot picked up by the Tigers defense. Free ball over. A big swing from the right side. Dug up once again by the Tigers. This time a little tip in return. Roll shot from Julian. Boyd from the left going sharp cross, picked up by Pluto. Julian with the roll shot, dug up and set to the middle quickly. McNeil up there and slamming that one down. There is a Tigers point. Tigers pulling away a little bit here now, 16-12 in this first set. And just as I say that, we're going to see a DVC timeout. Both teams back on the court serving the ball. Here is Arsenault. Jump float. That ball passed up by Pluto, set to the right. swing down the line, picked up by the libero Reardon. Back row tip here for the Tigers, and that is going to score from Arsenault. 17 serving 12 here in the first set of this semifinal. Jump float. Pluto with the pass. Set out left. A swing cross court from the lefty left side, Julian. Serving the ball here now is Porter. That ball set to the left. Boyd over top of the blockers. Porter with the dig. A back row swing from McIntyre. Big block from DVC, and they're going to recover it. Reardon with the first contact. Free ball over from Boyd. And a quick set to the left side. Reardon with the first contact. Boyd with the turn, but that is too much for the Tigers defense. Point going to DVC. Heading back to serve, here's Porter. That one's going to hit the top of the tape, and that is going to be a Tigers point. Jump float. That ball is passed up, set to the right. And a roll shot deep. And a big swing cross court, and that is going to score for Boyd. Serving the ball is McNeil for the Tigers. Another quick set to the left side, this time read by the blockers, Alain and Euler. Tigers block and point. McNeil back to serve. Jump float short, and it is just short enough to be a service ace. Tigers now 21-14. And we are going to see a timeout called by DVC. Both teams back on the court. Still serving the ball here is McNeil. And that ball is passed up, set to the left. A swing from the left going out of bounds there on DVC, and that is going to be a point for the Tigers. Tigers 22-14 now. McNeil with the jump float. Pluto passing that ball up. Set to the left, and that ball's up. Boyd with a swing, but it's blocked. Tigers recovering it. Boyd again off of hands, and that is a huge heads-up play for the Tigers. DVC thinking that that ball had hit the floor, but it was up off of Tigers defense. The referees are going to deliberate about it a little bit here. And it looks like that ball did hit the floor. Tigers doing a good job selling that ball and playing it. But it is a DVC point here. Back to serve here now for DVC. This is Owen. Jump float. Reardon with the first contact. Free ball pushed over. Set to the left. A swing cross court just touching the libero for the Tigers. That's going to be a DVC point. Back to serve once again here is Owen. Jump float, passed up, set to the left. Boyd into the hands of the blockers, covering himself a couple of times there. Free ball over from Euler. And a tip picked up by the Tigers setter. Reardon setting that second ball. Boyd looking to put a little controlled shot in, but that one is going to go out the side. Point going to DVC as they climb back into this one. 17-22. Owen's still on the line to serve here. Jump float. That ball's passed up. Set to the left. Boyd with a huge swing, sharp cross, and that's what he was looking for. A big kill for the Tigers, putting them up to 23. We've got a substitution coming back into the match here as Jowdry. Tigers with the serve. It's passed up, set to the left. Reardon with the dig, and it's over. But a good save there from the Tigers. And there's a big swing from Boyd. And it looks like the coach of DVC wants to say that the player who touched the ball on the Tiger side is back court. But it doesn't look like he was the one who touched it. Down official Jeff Stewart saying, I know what you're saying, but it didn't happen. There's a spin serve into the net for the Tigers. 18 serving 24 here. Back to serve. This is Julian. Jump float. Reardon with the pass. That ball set to Boyd on the right side. A huge dig from Julian down the line. And a cross-court shot that's going to land out of bounds, unfortunately, after a sweet dig from DVC. That's going to be the Tigers taking the first set 25-18. Don't go anywhere, folks. They're going to switch sides, and we'll be back with the second set. Both teams are back on the court, and we're going to get started right away with a serving ace for the Tigers. Back to serve once again. Here's Chowdhury. Jump float. That ball's passed up by Porter, set to the right. And a clever tip there from number 37. Back on the line. Here is McIntyre. That ball's passed up. Set to the middle, and a quick flick of the wrist by McNeil, and that is going to be a point for the Tigers. And there's a serve from Arsenault. Roll shot right into the pot, and that is going to score for Julian. That ball set to the left. And a huge block there, but covered by the Tigers defense. Free ball by Chowdhury. And a little dump tracked out of bounds, but unfortunately it was actually inbounds. That is going to be a setter's dump from DVC. That ball passed up by Boyd, set in the middle, and once again a quick snap of the wrist, and that's a kill for McNeil. And that ball saved by DVC. A roll shot put in, dug up by Arsenault. Set out to Boyd on the left, and he is going to find the floor coffin corner. Tigers kill. And for you folks out there in webcast land who might be wondering what happened in the other semifinal, I do have it on the right side of me here. And Tide did take the first set against the Dragons. So Tide on top, and they're in the second set right now. Serving the ball here for DVC, this is Owen. And that's a huge swing down the line by Boyd. No one can stop him. That's another Tigers kill, putting them in the lead now, 5-4. And there's a big serve from Euler. Saved off the net by DVC, but a swing going into the net. That's going to be a Tigers point. And there's a jump float, passed up, set to the left. And there's a big block from the Tigers. And it looks like we're going to see a carry call on that cover. Jump float. That ball's passed up. Free ball over. Set to the right, and that is a huge swing from Chowdhury. And it looks like we are going to see a timeout called here by DVC. Both teams back on the court here. Serving the ball for the Tigers is Euler. That ball's passed up. Swing into the Tigers block as they get another point. 9 serving 4. That ball set to the right now. Julian trying to tip that ball, just hitting the top of the tape. Tigers pulling away here. Oilers serving the ball. That ball's passed up, set to the middle, and beating it through the triple block. There you have it. Graves with the kill for DVC. Heading back to serve here now is Julian. That ball passed up, set to the left. And there's a tiny little touch there from DVC, and that is going to be a point for the Tigers. And folks, a little correction, it is Yarmouth Postec playing against the Tide in the semifinal. And Tide did take the first one, and it is all tied up at 8s here between the teams. So hopefully I'll be able to update you, or you'll just have to stay tuned to find out who's going to play in the final. Swing from the left side, that ball out of bounds. Tigers point. Heading back to serve here now, this is your left side, number 9, Boyd. And that one's going to sail out of bounds. Point going to DVC. Jump float. That ball's passed up, set to the right. Free ball pushed over. And a left side swing just into the top of the tape for Porter. That's going to be a Tigers point. And we're going to see a substitution on the Tiger side. Coming into the match is Peltier, and he's going to head right back to serve here for Weber. Spin serve, and it's a service ace. What a heads-up player. Peltier coming in off the bench to make a difference like that for his Tiger squad, making the lead a little bit larger, 14-6. And that ball's passed up, set to the left. And there's a big block from the Tigers, not letting Porter score on them. 15-6. And it looks like we've got another substitution coming into the match here. Is that Lane? And that ball, free ball over. Set out to the left. Roll shot. Free ball over from the Tigers. That one is going to land out of bounds, though, so that is going to be a DVC point. Serving the ball here is McNeil. There is a roll shot deep and out of bounds. That's a Tigers point. Jump float from Jedry. Free ball over. That ball's passed up. Set to the middle, and there's a big swing from Matt Lane in the middle. Back to serve is Jowdry. Jump float. That ball's passed up, set to the right. A big swing cross court. Jowdry with the dig. Oiler finding a back row player, and swinging at that one is Peltier, and he's going to get the kill. Serving the ball still is Jowdry. And there is a tip into the block, but it is recovered by DVC, and now a joust here. And it looks like DVC won the joust, but he was on the net. That's going to be a Tigers point. Back to serve is Jowdry. And that ball's going to land out of bounds. Point going to DVC. 8 serving 19 here in the second set. And to recap, the Tigers did take the first. Back to serve, here is McIntyre. Jump float. And that ball's passed up. Set to the left. And there is a swing out of bounds by Arsenault. That's going to be a DVC point. Back to serve once again. Here is McIntyre. And we're going to see a substitution for DVC coming into the match. Here is number 2. This is Haggerty. And that ball set to the left, and it is going to be high off of hands for the Tigers hitter Arsenault, and that's a point for the Tigers. Heading back to serve now is Arsenault. Spin serve, out of bounds, point going to DVC. Swing from the left, that ball's played up, but into the antenna. That's going to be a Tigers point. We're going to see a substitution coming into the match here. Again is Weber for the Tigers. (21 serving 10 in the second set of the semifinal. Jump float. Pluto with the pass. Set out to the left. Haggerty down the line. Tigers trying to save it, but that is going to be too hard for them to do. That is a point for DVC. Jump float, passed up, set to the left. And there's a big swing from Boyd, high off of hands. That's going to be a Tigers point. And now we are going to see Schrader coming into the match here for the Tigers, and he is going to take out Oiler. 22 serving 11. Jump float. That one going into the top of the tape. That's going to be a point for DVC. Now we are going to see Oiler come right back in here. Serving the ball is Julian. That ball passed up. Set to the middle. DVC finding a way to keep it alive, putting a free ball over. Boyd from the right side is going to put that ball down, and that is going to be a Tigers kill. And that's going to take Boyd back to the line to serve. That ball going into the top of the tape. And that is going to be a point for DVC. Float serve, passed up. Set to the right, Jowdry with the roll. Porter trying to get that one over the tape, but it's just hitting the top of the net. That is going to be a Tigers point. 24-13 here. Tigers looking to finish this one and clinch their spot in the finals. Back to serve is Weber. That ball passed up. Set to the left. Porter high off of hands, and that's going to score for DVC. Serving the ball is Graves. Boyd with the pass. And it looks like his foot was just over top of the line. Unlucky play there for him on the 25th point, but the Tigers are going to win that second set with it. And that means they're headed to the finals. So folks, first we've got the 18U women's gold medal match, and then we're going to see the 18U men gold medal match. So stay tuned. We'll be back shortly.